Hey guys, welcome to the Hybrid Soul. For those of you that don't know us, my name is Spark and this is Russell. And today we wanted to talk to you a little bit about how important the words you're speaking are in your life.
Yeah, more so the ones that you're speaking to yourself.
Absolutely.
What are your choice of words? How do you speak to yourself? Yeah, and just what are your choice of words? So right away, I would say not only how you speak to yourself, but the words are really important. So as this is an example, because I had this one go on this morning and I just caught myself. So I was thinking about someone, and I said to myself, not out loud, but I just was doing something and I caught myself saying this to myself, is that I feel bad for that person. And I just noticed that I'm telling myself by saying that I feel bad. And even though I'm not speaking negatively about myself, as much as I'm using the words I feel bad about something.
Absolutely.
To just say I feel bad about that poor bugger, right? What I'm actually saying to myself, and probably what I'm hearing subconsciously, is I feel bad. Even though I feel good, but I feel bad for that person, basically, right? So that was an interesting little catch. That was an interesting
It
thing.
is, and we do it all day. Like, I remember when Charlie was young, and that's our daughter, she's 8 years old, and I was having a lot of health issues. And I was constantly saying to myself, oh my God, I'm all in. I'm wore out. And that's what my brain was hearing. And until I actually read a book actually that opened my mind up to how powerful the words that you speak are, I wasn't even aware that I was constantly telling myself that I feel bad, I'm all in, I'm wore out. And that's where my body, that's what was happening. I did feel bad. I was wore out and I was all in. And it was once I started changing that internal dialogue and I started practicing an attitude of gratitude and, waking up in the morning and saying, wow, what an amazing day. I feel so good. And, in the beginning, it was really difficult because it was so foreign to me because I spent most of my life actually speaking negatively in my dialogue, my internal dialogue. And it's super interesting because I think as humans, we're actually programmed to be negative.
Well,
It's really hard to be positive.
Well, there's science behind that, because I remember reading some stuff about that too. Is you're kind of biologically programmed to keep your eye out for danger. So you will notice something that's a threat way quicker than you will notice something that's fine or something that's even good. So this is a little example. And I remember hearing about this study, and it was about people felt worse for losing $5 as compared to if they found $5.
Isn't that crazy?
And it's just about being focused on loss, I guess, more so. Loss affects us way worse than finding something, I guess, of the same value. Is interesting.
Well, I remember distinctly when I started changing my internal dialogue because, I suffered for many, many years, and without getting too much into this video, there was a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of adversity, and life was a struggle, and I was sick and tired of living like that. And I knew that the change had to come from me. I did not know how important and powerful the words I was speaking was actually creating the reality that I personally was living into. And I remember, when I first started, speaking positively to myself, I felt like a fraud. I felt like I was actually lying to myself. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Can you relate to that?
Yeah. I can, big time. What you just said though, and you said about being sick and tired, right? So even like saying those words, right? I was saying to myself, I'm sick and tired of feeling like this. right? So you're trying to make a change. I'm trying to change and nothing's changing. I can't figure out why
I'm being so positive.
Yeah, and I'm so sick and tired of feeling like this. I want to change. I'm so sick and tired of feeling like this. I want to change. So I guess it would be eliminating that internal dialogue and eliminating those words. I'm so sick and tired of being like this. I'm trying so hard to change. I'm trying so hard and I'm sick and tired, right? So then I think, I always hear this a lot, and you hear it too, right? It's like that attitude of gratitude, not really understanding it, right? Like I heard it and I understand what that means. I think I know what attitude of gratitude means. I understand it. But I don't know if I really truly did understand it because...
Well, I didn't.
No, and all I'm saying is understanding it though, but then speaking it and stuff, right? So it just comes down to just using words like, I'm sick and tired of feeling a certain way. And I'm so, like saying stuff like this, I'm so desperate to change and I'm sick and tired of this, right? So a true attitude of gratitude would be this, is man, I'm so lucky that I get to change. I'm so grateful that I get another shot today. I'm so happy that I've caught myself. So a lot of, like I found like a lot of my negativity and a lot of negative thoughts came from, oh God, I'm older now and I'm after wasting like time and I wish I had to figure this out in the past and I wish, but that's, and that's where you start to get into trouble. And I think that's where people start to get lost, and that's where things don't really work. When all you should be concentrating on and the only dialogue you should be having with yourself is how lucky you are that you get another shot, and how lucky I am to be awake, how lucky I am that my eyes popped open this morning, right? How lucky I am to have working legs and arms, and how lucky I am I can see and smell, and geez, there is so much to be.
And that's what I was just gonna say. When you actually start practicing gratitude, you don't even realize how lucky you are. We live in Mexico, and I think back to when we lived in Canada, how lucky I was to get in the shower and hot water came out. How lucky I was to have clean drinking water. How lucky we were just to have what we had. And you don't realize it until you start taking inventory of how lucky you are.
Yeah, so you wouldn't say those words. I would never say that, how lucky I was or how lucky I used to be. It's how lucky I am.
Yes, but
I am.
I was speaking in the past.
I know, and you shouldn't be doing that too much. you know what I'm saying, don't you?
I do.
So even that, that's how tricky this stuff is, right? That's how tricky it is. Because to start speaking of the past and say, remember how lucky I was, and all that.
Well, I'm still lucky.
Oh,
right?
Wait till tomorrow. Oh my Jesus! All I'm saying is that your subconscious, right? And if there truly is, and I believe that there is, a universal consciousness and stuff, that's what it hears and that's what it reflects. Not how lucky I was, it's how lucky I am.
How lucky I am.
And how grateful I am, and how great this is.
And even the adversities are great because they allow you to, learn. It's a learning experience. And I started thanking God for all the adversities in my life. I remember when I was in chronic pain and I would wake up in the morning and I would say, thank you, God, because this pain allows me to be present every moment of the day. I can't live in the past. I can't live in the future because the pain was so horrendous that I could only live in the moment. And it was a gift. It was a gift from God so that I would stop hauling all the crap from my past that could make me miserable, and trying to live my life into the future and creating a whole bunch of anxiety. It was a beautiful gift from God to allow me to live in the present moment.
Yeah, not just that though. I also think this. It's great if you can do that, right? And live in the present moment and say, oh, this pain and suffering is keeping me in this moment. But also what it's doing is another gift is that I don't like in this moment that much, right? Thank you for it, but I'm not enjoying it.
Exactly.
So what it's doing then is it's forcing you then to search and look and find answers. It's like it's like being given a motivation. Thank you for giving me the motivation to change this. Thanks for giving me the suffering, right? Enough discomfort to find another way.
And that is 100% true, because one of the things that I discovered was that I became a searcher of information, and that all became, and it was a lot of positive stuff about how I could change my life, how I could change the words I was speaking, how to change the food I was eating, and all the information I was searching was very positive.
And
It was a distraction.
It all came from that suffering, though, right?
And it came from the suffering. So it was a distraction from the pain, and it was positive. So, I went on this journey, this quest to figure out how to become a better person because of the gift of pain that I was given. And that's an amazing thing.
Well, so I would say that life is a gift.
Life is a gift.
And all of it, though. Not just the parts that you like. Get to like it all.
Exactly.
Get
right?
to love it if you can.
Yeah, and it's in those times of adversity when we truly discover who we really are. And it's been a crazy journey, and we'll always face adversity, but I'm super grateful for all of it. It's amazing.
Not just who you are. What you'll find out is what you can be.
Yes.
So it's all about possibilities and hope. It's like, wow, I did not know I could do this stuff.
And what I would encourage you to do is be cognizant of the conversations you're having with yourself. And if you're in a period of adversity, become a searcher. Become a searcher of what's going on. Because I tell you, distraction is amazing, and why not a positive distraction? It worked for me. And that's something to, think about and take into your day. Guys, what is more amazing, more powerful, and more beautiful than you? Absolutely nothing.